The Perils of Being Moderately Famous by Soha Ali Khan. Narrated by Mary Joseph. Introduction. If you have bought, borrowed, shoplifted this book in the hopes of finding out the secret behind Kareena's glowing complexion, or what Bhai really meant when he talked about the difference between nepotism and eugenics, then, unfortunately, this is not the book for you. Although in the ensuing pages there may be a passing reference to some of the idiosyncrasies of the more famous members of my family, the bulk of it, I'm afraid, is about, well, me. Just me. Is my life really worth writing about? Or, more to the point, worth your paying to read about? Well, the good news is, you were right not to wait for the movie. The truth of the matter is, I have some time on my hands. By the time this book comes out, I'll be 39, unless books are like some of my movies and have gestation periods longer than those of alpine salamanders, 48 months. See, you have learned something already, albeit of questionable practical relevance, unless you happen to stumble into a convention on herpetology. But I digress. As a female actor who has been in the industry for over 12 years and who, as I said earlier, is on the wrong side of her 30s, satisfying roles in films are about as rare as a pothole-free Mumbai highway during the monsoon. You see, as a woman in commercial films, you can either be the love interest of the hero or the mother of the hero, and for that, you need to be playing someone under 30 or over 50 respectively. So what does a female actor in her 40s do? Open a production company, set up a jewelry designing business, become an interior decorator, start a family, launch a fashion line, write a book. My friends will tell you I dress well and have a keen sense of style, but my best friends will tell you that I find dressing up a daunting experience. I can choose an outfit, but I will readily admit that matching shoes, bag, jewelry, lipstick, nail polish, and a complimentary hairstyle is beyond me. I can finish a cryptic crossword in less time than I would take to get myself ready for a red carpet event. The same goes for interior decoration or jewelry designing, thereby eliminating most of my options for self-employment in the coming decade. As for the first option, open a production company, Kunal and I have already done that. It's called Renegade Films, and we hope to produce some exciting content under its banner. But that takes time. And so, as I said before, I have some time on my hand. Start a family. Now this is a tricky one. Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? The nesting or the baby? Because I don't feel it right now, that maternal yearning. I went to my gynecologist the other day to ask how late was too late to have a baby. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I do yoga and play badminton. And everyone says I look much younger than I am. I wobbled on, singing my own praises. Her response was short and brutal. Your ovaries can't see your face. Something to think about. Write a book. If I had $1 for every person who has said that to me, I would have $6. You are so intelligent. You went to Oxford. You read so many books. Surely it takes more than that. To write a book, don't you need a story to tell? A story worth telling? So let's start at the beginning and see where we end up. Chapter 1. Big shoes, small feet. Are you famous? It wasn't the first time I had been asked that question, and it probably won't be the last. But I have always struggled with the right answer. I was in Selfridges, the well-known Oxford Street department store that had become a social landmark in London. It was July 2015, and the much-anticipated summer sale had just kicked off, which meant the store was teeming with people. I had managed to get my hands on Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lip liner, indisputably the luxury launch of the decade, which promised the perfect shade of nude so that your lips appeared bare of makeup altogether. As I was waiting in line to pay the £16 you couldn't convince me for the world I was throwing away, An Indian girl at the cosmetic counter recognized my face and called out to her friends. Soon a decent-sized group had formed around me, asking for selfies. Some of the non-Indian people also stopped to look. "Are you famous?" asked the saleswoman as I got to the front of the queue to pay for my shopping. I glanced at the name tag on the saleswoman's shirt. "Well, Becky, not if you have to ask," I quipped. But inside I was feeling an odd mix of embarrassment and self-importance. "Who is she?" I heard her ask one of the gaggle of giggling girls as I turned to leave. "Don't you know?" the girl gasped. I smiled at her response, feeling quite pleased with myself. I had only recently become active on social media, and my Instagram account was gaining in popularity with followers from the UAE and England, as well as other parts of the world. "She's Saif Ali Khan's sister." I closed my eyes momentarily as irritation gave way to submission. Of course. And it was true. I am. It's probably safe to say I have been recognized as Sharmila Tagore's daughter or Saif Ali Khan's sister more times than I have been recognized as Soha Ali Khan. You would think it would get irksome, but I have learned over time to embrace that part of my identity. Are you famous? It's a good question, one that I have often been asked, and one that I frequently ask myself. I would say I am moderately famous. People in India and some outside of India know who I am. What does that mean? What it doesn't mean is that they always know my name. They will stop in the street and point me out to their companions. This happens often. Some have seen my films and do know me, and some are fans of my brother Saif, Bhai, and my sister-in-law Kareena, my mother Sharmila Tagore, Aman, and my father Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi, Abba, and recognize me as the youngest member of a somewhat notable family. I am not competing with my family members, nor am I jostling for my place in the sun. I am content to bask in reflected glory whilst seeking out my unique destiny. This book is my tribute to my family, without whom I would not be here, without whom I would not be who I am. It seems only fitting then to begin with them, to delve into a history that is as splendid and illustrious as it is anachronistic and eccentric. In writing about them, I wonder if my life is relatable to most. The bulk of my experiences have been somewhat different, if not unique. I am, after all, a princess. Now, try not to imagine me saying that while stomping my feet in a silver sequin dress with a tiara on my head. Had the privy purses and princely titles not been abolished in 1971, my official title would have been Nawabzadi Soha Ali Khan of Pataudi and Bhopal. It may come as a surprise to some of you that Pataudi is not a name but a place. It is a small town in the state of Haryana with a grand total of approximately 23,000 people. It has been ruled by Nawabs since 1804, when it was founded by the East India Company as a reward to Faiz Talab Khan for his help against the Maratha Empire in the Second Anglo-Maratha War. The eighth Nawab was my paternal grandfather, Iftikhar Ali Khan Pataudi, more famous for playing cricket for both India and England and for later captaining the Indian cricket team. He went to the same college I would attend almost 70 years later, Balliol College, Oxford University, where he won a blue for cricket and for hockey. A blue is an award given to athletes at Oxford or Cambridge University and some other colleges for competition at the highest level. If you are awarded a blue, it means that you have displayed consistent skill in a particular sport at an international or world-class level. The only blue I came close to during my time at Oxford was the hue my skin took on from December to February. Sarkar Abba, as he was known to us, had full legal jurisdiction over the people as long as he did not contradict British policy. until he signed the instrument of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?